another part of a quadratic equation. One is called quadratic function, right? Today I'll show you the rest of the part of quadratic function. Write that in quadratic function. Earlier we worked many quadratic equations. Now quadratic functions. That is actually that ordered graph. The graph we call quadratic function. Cubic function means power 3. Quadratic is power 2 functions, right? That means all the parabola that you drawn in O-level classes, that's we are researching here, and we are not draw like a O-level graph. Here we completely using the idea of maximum, minimum, when it's happen, that method, right? The behavior of a quadratic function or properties of a quadratic function, right? Okay. We learn many quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here we call not 0, we take y equal something. That's I told you, the quadratic function means your O-level graphs. O-level graph y equal x square plus 2x minus 1, draw the graph. Or y equal x minus 2, all things square plus 5, like you learn many. We'll see here same idea, right? Okay, see write this y equal ax square plus bx plus c. Y equal ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic function. Is a quadratic function in x. Is a quadratic function in x where a comma b comma c, where a comma b comma c are constants. Where a comma b comma c are constants. So y equal ax square plus bx plus c is known as a quadratic function where a comma b comma c are constants, right? Are constants. Where a comma b comma c are constants. So y equal ax square plus bx plus c is known as quadratic function. So today I start to teach what is quadratic function. We complete many quadratic equation. Both combining comes in the okay, right. Okay, then that's I'm telling now that we complete already quadratic equation, samagami sum, that vargaja samikarana. Today we'll see the function, sheesh, quadratic function, that they are between different, there it is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. That is quadratic equation. We work many questions and intend to work some more final paper exam questions. Quadratic function mean this is the graph. What you learn in O-level mathematics, graph, parabolic shapes, those we call quadratic function. The general pattern y equal, you learn in O-level mathematics, y equal x square plus 2x plus 1, y equal x square minus 5, y equal x plus 1, all things square, something like that. The parabola, minimum curve or maximum curve. The everything we research here, not like O-level mathematics. There are some more ideas, more properties, more behavior. We have to learn this, right? Okay, then write the new latecomers, write this. General form of a quadratic function, write this. Y equal ax square plus bx plus c. Y equal ax square plus bx plus c. Y equal ax square plus bx plus c is a quadratic function in x. is a quadratic function in X, where a comma b and c are constants, where a comma b and c are constants, where a comma b and c are constants, and write this a not equal to 0. So what we learn in the quadratic equation knowledge, the same comes here. See, a cannot be 0, right? If a comes 0, x square, there's no x square. Right? Therefore, it's not a parabolic shape, it's a straight line equation, linear form, right? Therefore, a not equal to 0, also a, b, c are numbers, right? Okay. Okay, right, next part of this quadratic function, write this. To find maxima minimum, to find the maxima minimum of a quadratic function, to find the maxima minimum of a quadratic function, to find the maxima minimum of a quadratic function. Okay, so that's how you think. Simply you decide. I said the order pastara, the graph O level, maximum curve, minimum curve, there are some identification. See here how I am telling that what we need in our problems, right? So see once again, y equal ax square plus bx plus c. Now I show you how to find the maximum of the parabolic shape without drawing. Here we use an advanced mathematics without drawing. Okay, see that very first we use this completing square pattern, right? I hope you know the completing square pattern. The given quadratic equation or quadratic function, how to rearrange the completing square, right? Therefore see that y equal, when you write any quadratic in the form of a complete square, you should take the in front of x square 1 or unity. The value in front of x square, whatever except the 1, you should change it by dividing or multiple like that. Take they out, x square. Here b, there's no a, then divide by that ax plus c over a, right? Take they out. Now think your order mathematics, right? Y equal, here a, write this x plus, next what? What is in front of x? Write the half of that, right? If it's b over a, write the half. That is b over 2a and completely square, right? Completely square. So hereafter, what happened? Your complete square ideas. This is a plus b all things square. Then a, you have the a square plus multiple both and double, and b square over 4a square. B square over 4a square. That is not available, you see. B square over 4a square is an additional term. Therefore subtract that, right? Minus b square over 4a square plus c over a, okay? So what is that? Y equal a into x plus b over 2a, all things square, okay? And can I take a minus out? Take a minus symbol out. Then b square over 4a square. Positive if you took minus out, say negative c over a. Okay, therefore y equal a into, so all mathematics, not any advanced part, right? B over 2a, all things square. What is inside? Use some algebraic fractions idea. Using LCM is 4a square. 4a square is the LCM. So here b square. Here what? 4a square should multiply a, no, multiply a, right? 4ac. Okay, at last I show here y equal multiply by a, multiple the brackets by a, see what happened, multiply by a, that is a into x plus b over 2a all things square. Also I changed by a minus here, I show, right, this plus 4ac minus b square over multiple a there, 1a cut, 1a cancel, right, below 4a. Okay, yeah, I said y equal x square plus bx plus c. Is it okay? See, if I multiply by a and change by minus, take the minus out, we need the plus here. The plus comes only, there's some clear method. Now copy this expression I shown. I proved this. I proved this form, how to arrange this given quadratic expression in the form of this completing square pattern, right? So I said maximum minimum of a quadratic function. How to find the maximum minimum of a quadratic function. That in oral maths you drawn a graph and you said what is maximum or turning point coordinates, what the minimum point, what the symmetric equation, like that. The same idea here, without drawing, we have some simple method to calculate. Okay, we'll move to the next steps. Using this I can explain some more hereafter. See that. So write case 1, write this case 1, if a greater than 0. Case 1, if a greater than 0, right? What do you mean? A in front of x square, right? In front of x square, more than 0, plus number, plus value, right? More than 0, right? See here, if x equal minus b over 2a. See here, if x equal minus b over 2a, what happened? If you put x4 minus b over 2a, here plus b over 2a, no? Therefore this minus this 0, that is 0, right? 0 into whatever, there's a number in front a. 0 into a, that is completely 0, right? Therefore if x equal minus b over 2a, y equal to, what is that? 4ac minus b square over 4a. Is it okay? If this becomes 0, y equal to that. Okay. Now see, if x not equal to minus b over 2a. If x not equal to minus b over 2a, right? X is not belongs to minus, not equal to minus b over 2a. Therefore, this never becomes 0. Ne? This never becomes 0. For example, inside minus 5, square root 25, and plus some other number, therefore answer. If x becomes, for example, it comes 2, square root 4, plus there's a value. So it never comes 0. This never comes completely 0. There's a positive value, right? So what can you say about that value? See, I show a simple example. Before I go to the other part, I show you the example. See here, see here. See this, y equal 2 into x minus 1 all things square plus 7. So only once I am showing this, see here, try to understand this simple example. Your ordinary level graph type I took here. See what happened here, if x is 1, x samana eka, what happened? If x is 1, this becomes 0, ne? Make a 0. You put x for 1, 0, ne? Completely 0, right? So y is 7, y equals 7, right? Y equals 7. If x is 1, y equals 7. See next, if x not 7, sorry, if x not 1, if x not 1, if no, x not equal to 1, if x not equal to what happened? This never comes 0. For example, put x for 0, put x for 0. What happened? Answer 9. If x is 0, y is 9. Check that. Put x for 2, put x for 2. That also 9. Put x for 5. See, put x for 5. 5 minus 1, 4. Square 16. 16 double 32, 39. Put x for minus 3. Put x for minus 3. Minus 4. Square plus 9. Double 18. Okay, is that 25? Therefore, my dear students, check properly. If x is 1, y is 7. Okay. If x is 1, y is 7. If x not takes 1, what is y? More than 7. More than 7 or 25, 31, whatever. See, if x is 0, answer is 9. If x is 4, answer is 25. Comes answer more than 7. So what can you say? First occasion answer is 7. Others are more than 7. 7 or more. Therefore minimum answer 7. Minimum answer 7. Okay. So see, same idea here. Try to understand this part. If x equal minus b over 2a, y equal to such an expression 4ac minus b square over 4a. But what happens if x not equal? It will make a 0 when it's never come 0, no? Never come 0, right? What happened then? If x not equal to that, y greater than this answer, ne? 4ac minus b square over 4a. Okay, over 4a. Here my example I said answer is 7 or more than 7. Therefore, this is the minimum. Therefore, y minimum, min called minimum. Y minimum value is what? 4ac minus b square over 4a is the minimum for every OL graph. Without drawing, we can tell quickly what the minimum point. If you know the a value, if you know the c value, if you know the b value. This is the method how to find the minimum, right? So copy down this. If x equal minus b over 2a, find what is y. Another one, if x not equal to minus b over 2a, y is more. So we can put y for fx, not y. We can say y equal fx, function in x, function in x. That's also clear. Function mean y, function mean y. Therefore, the situation is if a greater than 0, y minimum value takes that. And right below right below, the minimum of y happens when x takes minus b over 2a. The minimum of y happens when x takes minus b over 2a, right? X takes minus b over 2a, minus b over 2a. Okay. So in this case also we have several minimum types. So what do you mean minimum? A graph minimum. You draw an ordered graph like this, minimum, or like this, minimum. See, there are three minimum values. There are three minimum values. Okay. What are three minimum QA? Minimum takes 0. Touch the x-axis. Minimum takes a negative number below the x-axis. Minimum. What do you mean minimum, not minus? Don't think minimum is minus. Minimum is avamagaya, punchima, bodima, last least number. Minimum, smallest, ne? Smallest. So you see, small takes a 0, or small can come negative, or small can come a positive number above the x-axis. There are three parabolic curves. One is touches the x-axis, one is intersect the x-axis, one is above the x-axis. Now I'll show you about that type, right? So okay, still our case 1, right? Okay. Right below, type 1. Case 1 below type 1 kiyamu, type 1. Case 1 again type 1, right? Or type A, whatever like that. It's a type A on that. Type A, right? Type A. So right below, minimum value of the function, minimum value of the function, write that one, equal to what? 4ac minus b square over 4a. Minimum value of the function 4ac minus b square over 4a, right? Okay. Right below, type A, yeah, type A. If the discriminant of the quadratic function, delta greater than 0. Delta, do you know delta? Huh? We complete many quadratic equation, nearly 1 month we work those things. Delta greater than 0, or otherwise tell that is b square minus 4ac greater than 0. That's called delta, discriminant. B square minus 4ac we call delta. So I said delta greater than 0. Okay. So see what happened to y minimum. Now see what happened to the y minimum. What happened to the y minimum when delta becomes positive, right? B square minus 4ac positive value, more than 0. More than 0 means positive value. For easy method I can take this one, take a minus out, take the minus and write b square minus 4ac over 4a. B square minus 4ac over 4a. I take a minus out, right? Now try to put the symbol. See what the symbol here. Outside negative. What is b square minus 4ac? Delta, discriminant. Positive ne? More than 0, positive. What about below? A is positive. Type very first I said ne? Case 1. A is more than 0, right? Positive. So what happened? Minus into plus, below plus. Simplify what the symbol. Plus the minus the. Plus into minus, minus ne. Therefore, less than 0. So study this how I am showing clearly. Any problem, tell me, right? Any problem, you can ask question. Not only messaging, you ask any problem. Y minimum negative. Y minimum negative. What do you mean negative? Example, minus 1, minus 4, minus 2.5. Okay. Then right below, therefore, when a greater than 0, and delta greater than 0, when a greater than 0, delta greater than 0, the given quadratic function intersect the x-axis in 2 points. Intersect the x-axis in 2 points. Or 2 distinct points, two different points or 2 real points, 2 distinct points, right? So why I said that, delta greater than 0, we learn in quadratic equation delta greater than 0 means what? The quadratic equation has 2 answers. Both answers are real solution. Also they are distinct. For example, x is 5, x is minus 2. Like that, 2 solutions there, delta positive. You can verify that once again using this quadratic function knowledge. So you can draw a small graph there for see here, x-axis. Here I say fx function. This is a graph. Graph comes like something like this. Graph is a minimum function, minimum graph. What type of minimum? Negative minimum, below the x-axis. So minus comes below. So see here, you can mark clearly this one. So what is the symmetric value? What is symmetric here? When x take, what is the value symmetric? X equal minus b over 2a, right? X equal minus b over 2a. And you see what is the minimum value generally? 4ac minus b square over 4a, right? Okay, understood this? The graph symmetric axis minus b over 2a. I said now when x equal minus b over 2a only, minimum take place. That is generally 4ac minus b square over 4a, right? So copy this form. So before that every discriminant become positive. That's the condition for a quadratic equation has real roots. Delta should be positive. Delta bigger than 0 only real roots happen. That's I proved by the quadratic function knowledge also. Therefore delta positive mean graph should cut the 2 points. Graph cuts 2 points, there are only 2 answers available, right? Okay. Next write type B. Type B. Type B, write this, if delta less than 0, I put equal 0, that is, what is delta? B square minus 4ac equal to 0. B square minus 4ac equal to 0. So what do you mean delta becomes 0? Earlier we learned, but the idea, delta 0 mean what? 2 solutions available. both solutions are equal solution. Discriminant 0 means two answers available. Both are equal solution. So we'll see what happened in this quadratic function. Delta becomes 0. So right below, the minimum value of the function equal what is generally 4ac minus b square over 4a. So here we're studying the general patterns, right? In the question, maybe a, b, c are numbers, a, b, c are values, non-constants. So write minimum value of the function, write this y minimum 4ac minus b square over 4a. Then you can write the answer. What happened? Check with you. What happened? Y minimum. What happened? What happened? See, b square minus 4ac is 0. B square minus 4ac is 0. That means 4ac minus b square also 0. Ne? If you take other side, if you take all other side, that 4ac minus b square also 0, right? Therefore 0. Below there's a number. A is a number. A is a positive number here. Na? A plus ne greater than 0. But anyhow 0 divided by a number 0. Ne? So minimum becomes 0. Minimum becomes 0. So what do you mean that? What is minimum value mean? Y value. Y value is 0. That means graph touches the x-axis. X-axis become a tangent. X-axis become a tangent of the function, right? You know delta 0 means only one solution. Ne? Two solutions are there. Both are same. We call what? Equal roots. Delta greater than 0 mean two real roots. Delta equal to 0 mean equal roots. That's happened here. Once again we verified that in this lesson, right? So right below, therefore if the discriminant is 0, and a greater than 0, a positive, all our condition, case 1 is a greater than 0, right? Discriminant is 0 and a greater than 0, the given quadratic function touches the x-axis. Can say fx by your fx. Now draw this diagram. See, will you? Make a katandara touch window on x-axis tangent venomity, right? This is the point we call minus b over 2a. Always symmetrically, generally here minus b over 2a, but it's minimum 0. Sketch that, right? That's the minimum function. So you all be learning about the minimum. Case 1 about the minimum diagrams. Okay, then we go to the next item. Next type A, B, C, ne? Right? Type C, yeah? Type C. Write that. Write this. If delta less than 0. Type C, right? If delta less than 0. Discriminant. What we learn in the quadratic equation, delta negative. What do you mean delta negative? There are no real solution. Then what type of solution? Imaginary, right? Imaginary numbers. You learn all levels real numbers. If you come to grade 13, we have the complex numbers or imaginary, right? You can't find a real solution for that. We'll see later. If you continuous with me the class, I am guaranteed, right? Some if you come regular attendance and comes clearly till the last 22, then I can work a lot. Otherwise I can't, right? If you come දවසක් යනවා පස්සේ නෑ පස්සේ යනවා ආපහු එහෙම ළමයි අපි ගන්න නෑ. Because quality education for quality society, my bright academic handy, our theme. We have big results and all. So try to come follow regular wherever you learn. That's very important. Otherwise, not like all. Don't think like O-level maths and advanced maths, because there's some different, right? Okay. Next type C. If delta less than 0, see what happened. Y minimum. What happened? Y minimum. You know, general method, general formula. 4AC minus b square over 4a. 4ac minus b square over 4a. Now we'll see what happened. What is delta means? B square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac is called delta. So if your problem, I can rearrange this. Take the minus out, take the minus out. B square minus 4ac divide by 4a, divide by 4a. Okay. Now try to do the symbols. Done. The symbols done. Symbol plus minus damu. Here minus. B square minus 4ac negative. Delta negative ne. Minus. What is A? A positive. Our condition type. Case 1, A is positive, right? So below plus. What is that? See, therefore Y minimum at fx greater than 0. See, greater than 0. Y minimum greater than 0. That's I told. There are 3 types of minimum. Below the x-axis, you draw ordeal graphs. Sometimes touches the x-axis, you draw ordeal graphs. But you never drawn in the such a third graph. Because graph not, what is minimum positive, y again positive. When y is positive, above the x-axis, therefore graph never cuts the x-axis. That's we call there's no real solution. There's no real solution, right? So then right below, if delta less than 0, and a greater than 0, the given quadratic function never cuts the x-axis. Never cuts the x-axis. Therefore, draw a diagram, right? Draw a diagram for that. My last graph in this minimum. Graph something like this. Graph. Okay, here x-axis or y-axis. Here origin. And this is minus b over 2a, right? Generally, what is minimum? 4ac minus b square over 4a. That's the minimum y coordinate. X symmetric axis minus b over 2a, right? Draw this axis. This is the situation. So therefore remember, if I recollect, okay dear YouTube viewer, this is my Zoom recording I am publishing through this YouTube. Those are newcomers, subscribe this. If you wish to join with my institute or my class, you can go through the Telegram app. You can see SHAMsir and a lot of resources there. Through that you can link to our Zoom class, right?